Hey everyone and welcome. Have you ever stopped to think about what happens after you do a good deed? Where does all that positive energy actually go? Does it just poof, disappear? Well, today we're diving into this really profound idea that says you can actually choose where that goodness goes. And in doing so, you can make it, well, infinite. So yeah, let's just start right there. When you do something kind for someone, or you're generous or helpful, where does that ripple effect actually stop? Is it just that one single event? Or could it be the start of something way, way bigger?
To get to the bottom of that, we have to talk about a really core concept from our source material. And that concept is called dedication.
Okay, so what in the world is dedication?
In the original text, it's called huixiang. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like you're choosing a destination for the goodness you create. So instead of just keeping that positive energy for yourself, kind of like a private savings account, you're consciously aiming it, directing it outward for the well-being of everyone, everywhere.
The text gives us this absolutely beautiful metaphor for this. A good deed that you do just for yourself, that's like a single drop of water. I mean, it's good, for sure, but it can evaporate pretty fast. But when you dedicate that same good deed to all beings, you're pouring that drop right into the vastness of the ocean. It doesn't disappear at all. It actually becomes part of something limitless, something eternal. And this idea, it just keeps building into something truly cosmic. It's not just about one drop in the ocean. It's about creating an entire ocean of goodness, what the source material calls an inexhaustible treasury.
Now, according to the source, this positive energy, this goodness, it comes from all sorts of places. It's not just about these huge, grand gestures. You generate it by revering wisdom, or by genuinely celebrating when something good happens to someone else. You create it when you learn something new and actually try to apply it, even sincerely taking responsibility for past mistakes. All of these things create this wellspring of positive potential.
So what's the end game for all this dedicated goodness? Well, the vision here is just unbelievably vast. The goal is to use this collective energy to adorn all Buddha lands, to basically help perfect infinite realities, turning them into places of peace and wisdom and clarity for everyone. And this really hammers home the scale we're talking about. This isn't a small wish. The aspiration has zero limits. It's meant to stretch out to the very, very ends of the cosmos and all of space. No boundaries, in any direction, ever. Right about now, you're probably thinking, okay, wait. If I give all my good energy away, don't I run out? Don't I end up with nothing? And this is such a crucial point. The text is really clear. This act is not a withdrawal. It's more like an investment that has infinite returns. By giving it all away, you don't lose a thing. You actually gain everything. Which brings us to this number, 10. What's so special about the number 10? Well, this act of selfless dedication is said to unlock what the source calls the 10 inexhaustible treasuries. And this includes an endless supply of seeing things clearly, of understanding how reality works, of wisdom, of compassion, you name it. It's this beautiful paradox, isn't it? By giving everything away, you get access to a supply that can never, ever run out. Okay, I know the idea of adorning the entire cosmos can feel a little, abstract, little hard to wrap your head around. So to bring it right back down to earth, the source text gives us this really powerful metaphor, the example of a great king. Now, this isn't just any king. He's not just a ruler. He is the living, breathing embodiment of selfless giving. And he uses every single thing he does, no matter how small it seems, as a chance to practice this profound dedication. So let's see how this actually works in practice. When the king gives food to someone who's hungry, a simple physical act, right? He doesn't just stop there. At the exact same time, he makes an aspiration. May this act help all beings attain the food of wisdom. You see? He's connecting the physical food to spiritual nourishment. It's this really powerful pattern. So when he gives clothes to protect someone from the cold, his inner wish, his dedication is, may all beings be clothed in integrity and a sense of what's right. Once again, the physical act becomes the vehicle for this much, much larger universal wish. And let's do one more. This one's fantastic. He gives someone a lamp to light up a dark room. And his aspiration? May all beings attain a limitless light to illuminate the path to truth. A tiny, finite little flame is dedicated to producing an infinite, eternal light for absolutely everyone. So we've looked at the massive cosmic scale, that inexhaustible treasury, and we've seen the very real human scale with the king's giving. This last part is all about how these two things are actually, secretly, the same thing. And it's all powered by wise aspiration. So here's how it all clicks together. That inexhaustible treasury, that's the grand vision. That's the why. The king's super practical giving, that's the concrete action. That's the how. That huge vision of adorning the entire cosmos, it's accomplished through the simple, dedicated act of giving a single meal. They aren't separate things at all. One just fuels the other.
So what's the key that makes this whole engine run? The source says that the one who practices this doesn't make a distinction between me and mine. There's just no separation between the giver, the gift, the person receiving it, or even the reward. The act becomes totally pure, completely selfless, and because of that, its power becomes limitless.
And that brings us to the main takeaway. The crucial point is this: the power of a good deed is not determined by how big it is. It's determined by the size of the intention behind it. A small act of kindness, when you pair it with a boundless intention to benefit every single being, can have a way bigger impact than some huge gesture done for selfish reasons. The scale of the action doesn't matter nearly as much as the scale of the heart. So that leaves us with a final question, something to really think about. The next time you have a chance to do something good, no matter how small it seems, what ocean are you going to pour that drop into? What kind of world do you want to create with it? Thanks for joining me.